Doing a rematch of bike right now. I'm actually gonna use not Case Keenum. I'm actually gonna use Chad Kelly for my quarterback as a Bronco. I actually wanted to do this for the simple fact of actually proving a point. If Chad Kelly didn't actually get out of the Broncos organization because of the issues that was actually brought to them.
They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Denver Broncos.
So when I get a shot to switch my quarterbacks, I exactly will switch my quarterbacks. Otherwise, so here I am gonna go and switch my depth chart as I speak. I actually don't know who Wadman in is, but like I said, Kevin Hogan is actually another quarterback I could actually use to get into my quarterback position. So Kevin Hogan actually played with the Cleveland Browns back in last year's season, but he actually tried out this preseason, if you didn't know, as a Washington Redskin, and he got picked up by the Broncos in week 4 as a third-string quarterback after they got rid of Paxton Lynch. So I'm going to use Kevin Hogan instead of Case Keenum this whole game and see how it goes. I'm playing Mike. He's an employee with me.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
So the Denver Broncos defense, as shown as tonight's duo, isn't really that good of a defense. They tried to make as many sacks as they could, which they prevailed, but the thing is that they really didn't have much to go by. But I actually think that with this defense, I could actually prevail.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Now they'll toss to Gurley left. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3
so he usually goes and uses Todd Gurley with the so he's going back to his roots. So with last night, he actually used a little bit of adjustments that he was actually using as of last night, but he's actually not using the adjustments that he was actually should have used before I played him a couple times last night. But it looks like that he'll use Todd Gurley majority of the time again. So he'll actually notice that he actually uses Todd Gurley a lot in this game, is what it looks like, because he has no respect for the Denver defense. It is what it's looking like. So we are going to go ahead and use an all-out blitz in this play. And I'm going to go ahead and use a spy on one of my defenses play this scheme. And that's what it comes out to be.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
So
mix it up from time to time because let's face it, can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one.
So Mr. Mike over here, I'm actually in a he actually thinks I'm actually using Twitch and is in one of my plays here, but I'm actually just gonna post this to YouTube because none of my videos are actually a full video on YouTube.
That they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a peak.
Under pressure, and he'll go down.
So that it's just one of those. I'm just really good in the red zone. This guy doesn't see what I do on the defense. But I don't know why he uses a play action pass in the red zone, but that actually kind of doesn't help him one iota in the goal line defense by far. But that's just his perspective and how he's going to play the game.
They get it to him running left. And he's gonna take
So I actually try to play as conservative as I can be. That's what I get for actually trying to do that. But yeah, that's my fault. So he actually got that kickoff. Good job. Good job, Mike, for getting that kickoff.
Out now to kick this one away.
But here's the problem with this.
And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And they're gonna start
Is that
as they get it up past the 30.
Boy, does he not know. Boy, does he not know that
On 1st and 10, Hogan. He's got it. The tight end, Jeff Heuerman. And that results in 35
I don't know if he was actually waiting on the pass for that or the run on that, but I'm actually playing it just enough where he thinks that it's not going to be a run, and it's going to be a run, and then here he is. Touchdown. Lindsey. Good job, Lindsey. That's my boy. Lindsey. Lindsey is my man. There we go. So the game's tied up. It didn't take long to do so, as you can see. So here we are at the same direction.
This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack.
Good job, Mike.
Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would.
You are a fanatic defensive.
Starting backed up in their own territory. Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because the time went, no adjustments, and no big
man, Mike,
the defense to knock the ball
I don't know to hug you or to celebrate what's going on here, but I am going to play man again. And I'm going to quench this.
Play action. It's gone. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Woods the intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And able to break one tackle, but then
good job, Mike. Good job with that Todd Gurley bullshit. You can't get this.
I know they want to go for it here, and
you don't get this.
Want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game. Plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go.
So he's going to go for it. It's 4th and inches at this point. He's going to go for it. I'm actually going to play it's going to be like a Temple 2, but I'm going to switch it into an all-out blitz, and then I'm actually going to flip it into this, into a spy, and then flip it to there. And that's how you actually get 4th and goal into the whole thing. So
first and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
There's a guy wide open.
16 and a Bronco first down. Broncos with their first trip to the red
2-minute warning.
They've got a first and 10 at the 15. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
All right, so Los Angeles has actually got nothing on me right now at this point. So he's going to play as conservative as possible. I'm actually going to go underneath. He doesn't know what's going on. I play underneath. That's how it's played. So I'm going to play a little bit more aggressive on his offensive scheme. So with that being said, I'm actually going to go ahead and flip it into one of those plays where nope. So he actually caught me in that play. That's what I assume. That's what he actually did. So Philip Lindsay is going to get one of these plays right into this whole deal. Nope. Philip Lindsay actually could not get it in there. So now it's 10-0.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost
there we go.
Right there. I mean, they were in prime position.
I'm mad at the Broncos at this point because they actually just lost to Houston tonight. Due to a lack of a professional kick that they couldn't actually prevail, which the kick was very manageable. He was 100% in that range, and he missed the kick. So I actually don't know why the Broncos actually are continuing to lose. Maybe they're actually trying to get Vance Joseph fired at this point, but I actually don't know. But Mike actually knows that, you know, going in the middle of that run was a bad idea. But make no mistake, he is trying to drain the clock. I actually have 3 timeouts at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and take a timeout on this next play over.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg, rolling to his right. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll get this one way up just
so now I have 2 timeouts, I should have just drained the clock as much as I could and then called timeout, see what he was going to do. However, I don't know, man. It's a good decision, bad decision. Maybe a little greedy. We'll see.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Oh, Mike, that was a good play against that defense. Again, Mike has no respect for this defense at all. And make no mistake that this defense actually do suck by all means. And you're going to go ahead and make an adjustment here.
Right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
So he's going to call his own timeout, which I kind of knew that. So that's why I put 2 of my timeouts in my back pocket. So we'll go ahead and let Mike think what he's going to think, and we'll go from there. So I'm not going to play highly aggressive. I'm just going to go ahead and play a blitz. I'm just going to make it look like I'm actually play a zone, switch it into a man, and then I'm going to go ahead and go into a blitz on both sides, and then that's that, and then go right into there. Other than that, that's how that works with Mike. I'm going to go ahead and call that what it is. So now I only have 1 timeout remaining. I'm going to put that in my deep back pocket if I actually need to. So again, I'm going to go ahead and go with a zone, switch to a man, and I'm going to blitz on both sides again. And then that's how that's going to work. I only go and do that because I know that eventually he's actually going to go ahead and use that run against me.
But still little work to do on 3rd and goal. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get
So
spike it here.
he only had 1 timeout left, and he refuses to actually do that.
Here's the field goal unit onto the field.
So now that ties the game. Ties the game. 10 all. 10 all. So now I get the ball back. I get the ball back. And he thinks he's playing slick, but it is what it is. I'm not going to lie, but it was a good game plan, but it did become on me when I didn't get that pick when I should have.
They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage?
So Hogan can actually run.
He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46.
Hogan can run, by the way. And I refuse to use Keenum at this point. Maybe that's why they actually go ahead and do what they were doing.
Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taking off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Yep. What a good time pickup on this play. So I'm going to actually look like I'm actually running up in the end here. I'm going to use Lindsey as a slot runner here. Oh. So usually Lindsey can actually get out of that tackle when he actually bumps like that. Majority of the time, 90%. I don't know if it's just because I'm playing online a little differently or not, but I'm actually going to go ahead and use a different run play.
And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. down here right around the 23-yard line.
So I am going to go ahead and use this vertical play. Vertical play is actually tight as shit. So it's not a total flawless play or anything else, but it can actually use it. A play is to go up a middle. And so Sanders goes up to the middle, makes the play, as always, and then goes from there. I can actually go ahead and use this pass play, but I'm going to go ahead and go up the middle because he's not actually waiting for it. And that's what Philip Lindsay does, is a distraction. Then I'm going to go ahead and mesh this up. And this is going to go right straight to Sanders as a play action pass. Okay, so the thing is that my blocking scheme might have not have been what it was being. Mayo was playing a little cocky. I don't know, but this actually play can go to either Sanders or Hireman, whoever's open. So Sanders is open, so I'm going to go ahead and actually make that happen. Good job, Mike. Mike is always the best. He's the best player for this whole thing. That's how it happens. So now it's 17-10, going right into the fourth quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and even this out. I'm going to go ahead and go to the right side. Kicking sucks, so I'm going to go ahead and make this go right into the middle as much as I can. I'm the worst kicker that comes up with it on the online. But when I was actually looking on YouTube, there's a lot of people that actually missed a lot of kicks online. It's just a little glitchy. So I actually don't think it's just the way that the players actually play. It's just the way that the online actually scrolls out to be.
These are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Shocker. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Dumps it off to Gurley.
So Gurley had nothing against me at all. They actually tried. So that's going to go right into the fourth quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Nothing else going on with that. You know. Shit's happening. Shit's happening. Mike doesn't know. But I've been drinking all day. Drinking all day. He's probably sober as shit because he's a sick kid. At least to me, anyway.
As we come up on a big 3rd down.
Some of my players were actually out of position. He was only wide open. He was only wide open because a lot, like I was saying, that a couple of my players were out of position before. I almost got the sack on him. He didn't see that coming. He didn't feel it or anything else. He just got the play off like it was actually supposed to. And that was the only wide receiver he could throw to. So that was actually a beautiful adjustment that Mike actually made on that whole point. So let's make no mistake that actually Mike knew what he was up to. Okay, so that's on me. That's gonna go against me.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
Good job. Good fucking job.
Starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Goal. Blitz coming and down he goes.
He really doesn't make that adjustment when people are actually trying to stop him into that whole play.
And each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old school coverage.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
He actually tried to rush that in as much as possible because that guy thought he was actually open. So I actually made Chris Harrison actually go into the flat on that play. Is what I actually did. I'm going to go ahead and run up the middle with Lindsey, see what happens, go from there. There's a fumble. That's on me. I get it. Whatever. Lindsey fumbled it. I recovered it. But I'm going to give Lindsey the ball again because I think that's just the way it is. You know?
And avoids the turnover. And they'll run it here. And that one blown up quickly.
And I'm only going to give Lindsey the ball twice because I'm just trying to drain the clock. Go from there. And depending on the play, I actually picked out a bubble screen. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and use a bubble screen anyway.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
I'm going to use the gun. I'm going to use another bubble screen.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
He doesn't even know what I'm going to do. He's going to play as aggressive as possible.
Looking to throw. Hogan. And he can't get a throw.
I tried. So, with that being said, either he has to use a timeout.
Loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
Nice. He's going to use a timeout.
And talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
So, yeah, 138 left. He can actually make there's no 2-minute defense is what he actually does. So I don't have to worry about my 2-minute defense. All I have to do is just worry about actually making the play as possible with the bike. Great shit. Great shit. Good job, Mike. Good job. Using Todd Gurley, going to the right-hand side. It's not that I was actually not expecting it or anything else, but yeah! So I'm going to go ahead and use an all-out blitz at the last minute, see what goes on. Nope, can't get out of the block. Not a big deal. So
they'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building.
17.
just let the time go. Just keep letting the time go, Mike. It's all good. Because make no mistake that you actually have to get a timeout.
Room here to run. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And yes, he's
Good job. I actually didn't see that coming. That was a beautiful adjustment that he made as a trick play. I actually didn't see that coming. I played as conservative as possible, but also playing the blitz on the left and the right side, and it played to his advantage. Super good adjustment. I'm not going to lie, best adjustment that Mike has ever made in this game possible. But make no mistake, I still have 3 timeouts. I only have 31 seconds to make this, and he doesn't scare me. So with that being said, I'm actually going to bring this out, just to drain some clock out. Now that brings me back to the 28-yard line. Okay, so that's not working out for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a shotgun on this guy. So mostly with the shotgun, he gets kind of confused.
Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Throwing on first down. Hogan.
Okay, so with the clock being drained here, so I'm going to do a flood on this. That means the guy's going to go a 5-and-out route. So with the 5-and-out route, looks like on the Madden game is actually like more like a 7-and-out route.
On first down, Hogan, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken.
So I try to hold the ball as much as I can to keep the ball going. So I did get sacked. I have 2 timeouts left. I did pick my play. It's a little bit more of a small glitch going on.
Equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And now with 4 seconds left,
so
we get a timeout call.
I'm going to do my standard play here. See if it actually works out into my beneficiary. So we actually, to be realistic at this play, because I actually should have did a timeout on the 12 seconds that I had.
18 yards to go now on second down. Off the play fake, Hogan. Left side complete. That's Sutton. And they'll get this well.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton actually came out. So like I was saying, now it's going to go into timeout. This is the first time that I ever actually do that. I'm going to use tails, see what's going on. I'm going to pick receive because I actually think I can score on this guy. I literally think I can score on Mike. Maybe sounding a little cocky, I don't know, but I literally think that I play a lot of schemes against Mike. I play a lot of adjustments with Mike. I mess with Mike's head a little too much, is that how I feel? So, standard plays, I can go with the standard play and play an X pass is what they actually call it. So, I always mess with the X pass. The X pass actually considers as actually going on here, going with the fly out instead, hitting the grind here, and then hitting my triangle square to the circle out route to hitting my tight end on out that way, wide open pass, you know, stuff like this. This is how I know I can score against Mike a little bit better. But the thing is, I can use my X post again as just proving a point. Instead of using the X post, I actually look like I'm actually going to use the same offense, make it into a run, and then right into there, and then right into the up middle, you know, stuff like that, you know. And then that's Freeman going into the whole thing. So now he caught on to what I was doing to that same play. Just like I said, I was just proving a point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that flood that I was going to use before and go ahead and make the post out again and run it out again. So he thinks that he's got me. I'm actually in plus territory, if you haven't noticed. I can actually use Lindsey to going out there, or actually use my out route here, or actually use my quarterback to make the point of actually going into there, plus the first down marker. So there's just a bunch of weapons I can actually use against Mike. It's good shit. That's good stuff. Good stuff, Mike. It's good stuff. So instead of that shenanigans, I'm going to go ahead and use a play action pass because I pretty much got this game wrapped up. I'm not going to go ahead and be cocky or anything else, but I'm going to go ahead and use an out route into a 6-point stance and use... Wow, they got tipped. They got tipped. What? So shotgun again. This is how I actually go ahead and use my stuff with the verticals. When I use the verticals and the out route, I'm going to go ahead and reverse my play. And just so you know, I'm highlighting Sanders, but Hireman should be wide open in this point of this defense that he's using right now. Okay, so that was a big fat negative. So I'm going to go ahead and use what I can against me.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT.
So I guess the kick that I was going to make was no good. So now I have to use my actual expertise of defense against him.
Now a handoff for Gurley. Breaks a tackle.
And he's going to use every trick play in the book because he actually thinks he's actually all good to go. And
the Rams try to get going again. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Always got some breathing room. 31 yards there and a first down.
So he's going to use Todd Gurley against me. Not a big deal. I'm not going to be mad about this if I'm going to lose. It's totally my fault all day about it.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring
just so he knows he can actually use every little trick of the book, including the time against me at this point. He's probably afraid to use the kick against me.
I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about
so
the 24-yard
spinning
line.
on the certain point that I actually use against Mike is actually one of the good points. He doesn't have to use the clock against me at this point. He could actually just kick it because both points of the deal.
The Rams on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Goff with his first throw in OT. And it's caught left side. It's Woods. And down inside the 15 he goes.
I actually think he was going to run it or actually try to do a pass.
These overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
So it's OT. It's 21 seconds left to go to the game. I would not be offended or anything else if he actually used a kick against me at this point. You have 21 seconds, Mike. So I'm not mad at you if you actually go ahead and use this kick against me. But it looks like he's going to use a run.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I stare at the clock every time anybody beats me or looks at me or anything else. I always stare at the clock.
Long last for a potential game winner. Now Gurley, handoff left. And he goes backwards here.
So that is that.
He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
So now this goes into 3rd and 14. As in a double overtime. Never been to double overtime before, so I don't know how this actually works out.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is no good. He missed it.
Okay, so he missed his kick. He missed his kick. So I am not going to go ahead and use a play-action pass because he's actually going to use that against me.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
On first down, Hogan. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21
So, just so you know, I haven't thrown a pick in this whole game. Just to prove a point that Hogan is actually a better point of a good passer than
wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
and now I'm going to do a quick pass as a slant because he's got to try to blitz me at any point in time. He's going to look like he's playing pretty conservative, but he's not. So I'm just going to go ahead and do what I can and use what I can.
Still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash? What do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watching that Barney.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
So now the 2-minute warning has actually been a cost to this. So I'm really going to go back to my play action area. And he doesn't realize this, but I think one of my guys are going to be wide open at this point. Okay. What can I do for you, Lacey?
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
So kick is done and good, and I won.
The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime. And it took a field goal to win it.
And the lousy Broncos just kicked Mike's ass with double overtime and everything. And wow, without Case Keenum, which Case Keenum is a piece of shit. And I want to get a shout out to anybody that thinks that Case Keenum is actually a better quarterback than Kevin Hogan by any far. You can actually reach me on my Twitter account, John Gordon, or you can actually reach me on my Facebook account, or you can actually reach me at my Twitch account. You can actually hit, it's actually White Helmer 33, and just please reach out to me at any point in time if you actually think this is actually going to go on. Thanks, Mike, and you have a great night. Thanks for actually playing me.